Hello friend, this is Sanjay Kumar, creator of SelectorsHub. Request you please subscribe to the channel if you are new here so that you don't miss any upcoming innovative updates or such kind of conceptual videos. Thank you. CSS versus CSS selectors. So many times I have found I'm sure like you first of all I would agree and that most of you are already aware about that. Yes, we use CSS selector, not CSS, and what's the difference. But just that I'm trying to create this tutorial so that whatever terms we use in day-to-day uh, discussion, or whenever we appear in any interview or any time so what is the right terms and the difference if we say CSS or CSS selector, how it just changed the complete conversation. So recently I did one poll where I wanted to check what people think about it, and through this I'm not trying to prove anyone wrong there. I believe almost 100% people are aware about this fact, just that in quickly in hurry we use such terms, wrong terms. So this is the poll. If you can see here, in automation, which one do you use as locators? Almost 19% people says that CSS, though the correct answer is CSS selector. We use CSS selector, not CSS. Like on different social media platform, I did this. This is on Twitter. Almost 33% people says that they use CSS as a locator. Then on YouTube also almost 20%. So these are different platforms where I did. In fact, this is a selector subgroup on Telegram. There also people, lots of people voted for CSS. But the fact is we all use the CSS selector, not the CSS as a selector. When you say that you are using CSS as locator to locate the web element, you are saying something like if I ask you that what do you use to travel from one place to other place, if and you are saying iron, in place of saying the vehicle, in place of saying the motorbike or car, if you say that I'm using the iron, so this is something similar to that we are saying that we are using CSS as a locator. No, we don't use CSS as a locator. We use CSS selector, which is created, which is written using the elements properties. CSS and CSS selector, this is complete different two things. It's absolutely different. CSS is a technology which is being used to like add some beautifications to the HTML. Like you see here in this page, lots of things are there. Like this is in black color. When I hover, that this becomes like yellow color. When this is in red color, this is in black color, this is in red color, this is yellow, this is blue. Hovering, it is changing the color. So these all things some beautification or modification is happening when things are when we are changing our actions over the website. So these all things are happening through CSS. Like here on XPath practice page, there is a page designed to practice all kinds of scenarios, all kinds of complex automation scenarios. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. So here, if you do whatever you are doing, like when we are hovering on any element or something is happening here, like this hover here happen, this is in red color, this is in black colors. All these things has been done through CSS. Like if you click on this link, if it will take you to the another page. So this all whatever beautification, color, hover things you see, like this is a test rigger, another AI based automation tool. If you on this website, if you hover on any element, you see that so this color is changing. These this is in red color, this all is in black color. So these all things are CSS, done through CSS. Like when we hover on this color got changed. So this is through happened through CSS. But if we have to locate, if we have to click on this element, if we have to click on this element, then we will write the CSS selector. That will be if we will have to click on this element through automation, then we will have to write the CSS selector to locate this element. That's where, like, that is CSS selector, not this CSS. CSS you can see here in under styles tab in dev tools that what CSS they have used here. So this is how you can see that this is the color here. And when we hover on this, like if this hover, if you click on this active state, now you see that this color became red here. So this is how these things happen. But what is CSS selector? So if you go to selectors hub here, so this is the CSS selector to locate this element. Now this you can use it in your automation script. Like this you can use it in your automation script to locate this web element. That will be the, this is the CSS selector, while this is the CSS which is used to add some beautification, add some color on that element. So I hope you understand the difference between these two. These are absolutely different. When you use the term that you are using CSS in place of CS, like you are using CSS as a locator for in your automation, that's absolutely wrong sentence. Just that just changed the complete meaning of your conversation. So CSS selector is absolutely different. We don't use CSS as a locator in our automation. We use CSS selector. We don't use CSS. We use CSS properties or element properties to write the CSS selector. So like there are many examples. Like if the one I gave you, that if you are traveling from one place to other place, and if someone asks what do you use, you say iron in place of like saying the vehicle, something like that. If we ask like what do you use as keyboard, I mean to for what do you use for typing in your laptop, so in place of saying keyboard, if we say that we use plastic, so this is absolutely different. So like using plastic, the keyboard has been developed. Like using iron, vehicles has been developed. So something similarly, like CSS selector has been written, created using CSS properties or element properties. So that's completely two different things those are. So please use the right term, because many times it happened that when we go appear for interview, or when we are taking the interview, or we are doing any conversation with the developers or the testers in between, and you use wrong terms, that's where like other person can understand how much good knowledge you have. Because if we don't use the right terms, that's where like many a times the conversation meaning itself become changed completely, that changed completely. So I hope this will help you to understand what you use in your automation and what is the right term for our locators, for our selectors. Thank you so much. Please like and share the video if you found this useful, and please help others to know right term, right technology, what they are using, what they are creating. Thank you. Thank you so much.